Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of interviewing Deborah Dumaine. She's the founder and CEO of Better Communications and also the author of a terrific book called The Instant Answer Guide to Business Writing. You told me that you helped a client create a PowerPoint that led to a $5 million sale.
We do a lot of work with a global food and beverage company. It's a household name. And they have a particular challenge. Like all of our customers, salespeople can be great in presentations. They stand up, they look you in the eye, they're not nervous. But what comes out of their mouth is not always the greatest. So we're in the writing business. We have programs to make sure that you have a PowerPoint and a message, a presentation that really wins. Now, they have a particular challenge because they're supported by a large marketing department that has to get a lot of research out for them because that's how they make their sales. It's a highly competitive situation. They're trying to get their products on the shelves, and the marketing data is very important to making the sale. Now the question is, how much and how do you use it in a PowerPoint? There's a lot of danger that in a PowerPoint it can be overshadowed by the data and the sales message doesn't come through.
There has to be a balance between the two.
That's a recipe for disaster. So you have to create a story that sells, and you have to make sure the data doesn't overshadow it.
How did they get that $5 million sale?
It was very exciting. After we all worked together in the workshop, we basically created the PowerPoint with them. They went out, they presented it, and they called us back a couple weeks later and said, "We won." It was very exciting.
So they made a huge sale with that PowerPoint.
Yes, they did. And it happens a lot. They have to analyze multiple buyers because they have a very complex sale. They have to analyze all the different buyers and figure out, what do they do about the receptive one? What do they do about the resistant one? It's not an easy task to do these presentations. But fortunately, with our process, that becomes easy. We have tools for people to do the analysis, to do the reader focus, and figure out how are they going to approach these customers. Now, PowerPoint can be your worst enemy or your best friend. A lot of times when people know they have to write a presentation, the first thing they do is open a blank slide and they start writing. Well, that is the worst thing you can do. What you need to do is have a plan, have a process, and spend a good amount of your time figuring out, how am I going to approach this? What's my strategy? How am I going to make the sale?
So you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You divide it.
Yes, and a lot more.
So what was so special about that presentation?
I think they used the tools better than I've seen a lot of sales teams do it. They really analyzed, they applied, they stuck to the process, they figured out what to do with the various constituents who were going to be making the decisions, and they answered their needs. They were very focused, they had just enough data, not too much, and they used what we call a roadmap, which is like an experience that they take through the reader, or in this case, listener through, so that they absolutely make sure that they cover all their points. It was a clear message, and also what's in it for them. That's the most important.
What are some of the other common mistakes that people make with PowerPoints besides just starting and generating wild content that they don't revise 50 times?
Well, they can get in trouble with sequence. Organization is a really tough thing for salespeople. It has to be sequenced for the reader, and the most important and persuasive things have to be close to the top. If there are resistant readers, they need a sequence that's different from a receptive reader. So you have to know the tricks of that. Also, you have to match the tone and style of your audience. If you have a driver who just wants you to get to the point, that's going to be very different from a technical analyst who wants to get all the details, facts, and figures in order to make the decision. Of course, visual design of the slides is very important. They have to be clear and crisp. They can't have too much data. We've all seen slides dripping in data. Can't do that. Simple, straightforward.
There has to be a relationship between the image and the copy. To have to dovetail.
Absolutely. The more pictures you can add, the more persuasive you are. You have to link the message with a graphic. It makes a huge difference. The last thing that is a solution is a tool we have designed which helps you measure the quality of your presentation. So at the end, what this team did was they used it to measure the quality, and they knew that they had achieved their goals. We're very excited about that tool. You can find out more on our website about it.
What exactly do you measure?
We measure the sequence, the visual design, the audience analysis, the sentences, about 10 different points that make the most difference to make a successful presentation.
So then you get a report card, and then based on that report card you can improve your presentation.
Right. And you can make sure that before you send it, that you've gotten all A's on your report card.
Great. It's a great secret. We're going to continue our conversation with Deborah Dumaine tomorrow, where we talk about how you can create your personal brand through your writing style.